Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today's video is going to be a Sophisticated Saturday, and that means together we're going to work through my to-do list, get stuff done around the house. There's still a ton to do because we moved in not that long ago, so a lot of cleaning and picking things up. And I'm also going to give you a sneak peek in the nursery a little bit. There's really not that much, so don't get too excited. And a recipe because I'm finally feeling settled, so I'm going to do a little bit of cooking in my kitchen with you guys. But if you're ready for it, let's jump right into the video.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place.
You can definitely tell we just moved into this house. Things are still out of place. Those little glass balls that you see on the couch are actually part of our light fixture for our powder room that's on our main floor right next to our living room. And my husband Jim has been working on doing a bunch of replacing of light bulbs in the house. The woman who owned the house before us had a lot of really dim yellow tone lighting, so we're going for a little bit more of a brighter look. And he just set those on the couch so they didn't break and roll away, and he didn't want to get fingerprints on them and stuff. But I need to clean up this living room area and then head to the kitchen because today I'm going to be making some apple crisp. Now we are just less than 2 months away from meeting our baby boy. So because I am so pregnant, I have been doing a lot of doubling of recipes and freezing the leftovers. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a double version of this apple crisp, freeze some, and then have some for now as well. Everything I'm going to be sharing, including the amount of each ingredient, is going to be just for one serving of the recipe. It actually serves 6 to 8 people, but instead of sharing the information for doubling it, I'm just going to share it for the original recipe. So if you choose to, you can double it. The first thing you need to do is peel all of your apples. So you need about 4 or 5 large apples. And the recipe is best when you use sweet, crisp apples, so something like a Honey Crisp or a Granny Smith, and I just chose to use a combo of the two. So peel your apples, and then you're going to either core them and slice them or just kind of slice them and make sure you get the core removed like I am. And they should be in about 1/4 inch slices.
Yeah, we're chilling, I guess you and I, every crazy summer night. Baby, I am coming home. I'm coming home. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home, home. Seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's spending this summer alone. I'm coming home.
Jim and I are the perfect combo when it comes to eating apple crisp. I am all about desserts that have a baked fruit in it. I like the natural sweetness that comes out of fruit when they're baked, and I just really like that flavor. I'm less so of the chocolate dessert person, but my husband Jim, he likes the top of the apple crisp a lot, and I mostly like the fruit part, so he always scrapes off a lot of the top with just a little bit of the apples, and I'm the reverse. I want all the apples with just a little bit of crisp, so it works out perfectly when we have a dish like this to share.
Doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you.
Once all of the apples are in the bowl, you're going to add in 1/3 cup of dried cranberries, 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed orange juice, and then a tablespoon of cornstarch.
I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
Mix that all together, and then you can transfer that to your baking dish. All of the juices and everything should go in there. So I'm just going to scoop it into my separate dishes here. I have 2 smaller freezer size portions, so we don't overwhelm ourselves when we thaw out some of these desserts. We don't need a ton at a time. It's just the 2 of us. Possibly postpartum we'll have people over helping out and visiting us and the baby, so we could always pop out 2 if we need. But sometimes I feel like with freezer meals, you get the larger size of the tinfoil containers, and it's just too much and you end up eating the same thing for days on end. So I like the smaller size a little bit better. Now it's time to make the topping for the crisp, and for that you're going to add a 1/4 cup coconut oil, 1.5 cups of oats, 1/2 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, and then 1/2 cup of oat flour. And that, if you don't have oat flour, you can just blend up some oats in a blender and it is the exact same thing. So that's what I did. And then added in 1/2 cup of maple syrup, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Lights out, hearts beating faster in a minute. I'm high on slow dancing with you. 1, 2, 3, keep it going, last forever. All blacked out, then flying with you. I don't care that my mind's gone insane and my heart will burst into flames. No, I don't care about the heart.
Again, I'm going to evenly distribute, or as evenly as I can distribute, the topping on top of those baking dishes and press firmly into the tops of the dishes. This actually made quite a lot of apple crisp, and all of these were pretty much overflowing. Now it's time to clean up the kitchen. My least favorite part of baking, but I want to go through the house today and get pretty much every space all neat and tidy. So that includes the kitchen and the mess that I've just made. So I'm going to put everything away and then cover up these dishes, label them, and stick them in the freezer. And the one for later tonight, I'm just going to stick in the refrigerator, and I can easily make it with dinner. So I just put the tops that came with these dishes on the tinfoil containers first, and then wrapped it in one more layer of foil and just labeled it. So if you're going to cook this recipe without freezing it first, you just need to bake it at 350 degrees for about 50 to 60 minutes. And it's very similar if you freeze it. You just need to let it thaw overnight and then bake it in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes.
Come out and play. It's Saturday, and I promise I'll love you much better now. The sour taste will wash away, 'cause I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels.
I'm absolutely loving this new island. It is so huge. I do wish there was a little bit more space that was accessible. So it's huge, but a lot of that extra space is kind of dead space in the middle that I can't really reach. And especially being so pregnant, my belly gets in the way and I really can't get to the middle of the island to clean it because I can't reach over the island right now. I'm sure it's part of me being short and having shorter arms and stuff, but it is definitely more difficult with having a belly in the way. We're back up in the laundry room, and I actually threw a few things of baby items into the wash, as well as our bedding for our master bedroom. And now that I switched the bedding over to the dryer, I'm also going to stick in a bunch of cleaning rags. I have one bin upstairs for dirty rags in the laundry room, and then I have another one in our mudroom downstairs that's easily accessible from the kitchen. So when a rag gets dirty, I can toss it in there. Now is your sneak peek of the nursery. We left 3 of the walls gray. That was the color that the previous owner had. And then I painted one wall, or rather my parents helped paint one wall this green color, and above it there actually is a sign that has our baby boy's name up there, but I'm not ready to share all of that yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you also know that I wanted to get some sort of a fake tree or large plant because we're going with a jungle theme in here. So I wanted to bring more greenery, bring that green theme, bring the jungle theme into here. So I bought this tree from Target. I still haven't taken the tag off yet. I kind of want to wait and see what everything else looks like. I washed a couple of the cutest baby towels. I'm in love with the elephant one with the little elephant ears. So I'm going to hang those up and head back to the nursery because I also washed the sheets that go with our pack and play. There's a crib sheet and then a bassinet sheet. Here's the rest of our baby gear. It's a sneak peek into the closet. It is a mess in there, but we are so blessed and lucky to already have so many items for our little baby. We have so many books already. It's crazy, but I know he's going to love them and we're going to love reading books to him. So it's going to be really fun to have those. I also snuck in the cover for my pregnancy pillow in that load of wash. And thank goodness Jim walked in because I was seriously struggling, which I didn't understand why it was so difficult for me to get this cover back on the pregnancy pillow. I've washed it multiple times before and thought it to be relatively easy. You can see Jim turning the air conditioning on because I was starting to get overheated putting this thing on. But he finally decided to intervene and take over after the two of us tried for a little bit back and forth to work on it together. But he brought it over to the bed to finish it off and realized that I hadn't fully unzipped the cover. So if I would have just unzipped it, it would have been a heck of a lot easier.
It's just some space and some time, then I'll be alright. I've been having thoughts in my mind, I can't get out. Tell me things 'cause I can't save myself from you and nobody else. Everything.
With the battle of the pregnancy pillow over, we're gonna make the bed. And again, thank goodness Jim is here to help me out because everything is getting more difficult these days. So he helped me make the bed and then headed off to go do other stuff while I put on the throw pillows and finished it off.
Shine on me, I fade out. It's all so new to me. I need you. Someone to show me the way. The light doesn't shine on me. Shine on me, 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 shine on me.
As you can tell, our bed is still on the floor. We're really hoping to have our bed frame delivered by the end of the month. I'm liking how things are starting to look. I got these new black Euro pillows from Pottery Barn, and I think I still want one more pillow in the front that's like a mix of black and white to tie everything together. I have this little black blanket at the end of the bed, and then the bed frame is going to be black. So I like the simple look of it, and I think just one more throw pillow would tie it together.
All in your way, say all the things that you say. I can do it all in one night. When I go out, the light doesn't shine on me.
I just had a bunch of other things to pick up, some clothing that wasn't quite dirty or pajamas from last night. So I needed to get all of that stuff off of the dresser, hang up a few cardigans back in our closet, and just get everything as tidy as I could.
The light doesn't shine on me. I fade out. It's all so new to me. I need you. Someone to show me the way.
Back into our bedroom to finish off today's cleaning. I am going to give it a nice vacuum. We actually haven't even vacuumed this room since we moved in, so it really did need a good vacuum. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's Sophisticated Saturday, got a little bit of motivation to get some stuff done that's on your to-do list, whatever you might have on your to-do list today or this weekend or whatever day you're watching this. If you liked today's video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you guys later.